Valayapathi, the story of the woman left behind, one of the 5 great Tamil epics. Before we dive into the story, here's an interesting fact about it. Tamil people began developing the Tamil language over 4,000 years ago by creating sangams. As part of that growth, the first, second, and third sangams were formed, but the first 2 sangams were lost to the sea. In the same way, the epic Valayapathi also lost many of its parts over time due to various reasons. However, people who loved Tamil used the remaining verses to reconstruct and give us the story again. Now let's dive into the story. Long ago in the city of Bugar, there lived a wealthy diamond merchant named Navakodi Narayanan. He was respected in society and lived a peaceful life with his wife Anuradha, whom he had married with love. As time passed, Navakodi came across a young woman named Vasantavalli. He fell in love with her and he married her as well. After marrying her, he left Anuradha and started living with Vasantavalli. Eventually, Navakodi's own community members found out about his second marriage. They were furious that he had abandoned his wife Anuradha and started living with a woman from another caste. They warned him that if he continued this relationship, he would be cast out from his community. He would lose his caste identity and wouldn't be allowed to run his business anymore. Afraid of losing his reputation and business, Navakodi quietly left Vasantavalli without telling her and returned to his trade. He went back to Anuradha and started living with her again. Meanwhile, Vasantavalli was pregnant and gave birth to a son named Neelagandan. She raised him all alone, facing many struggles. As the boy grew up, people in the village would mock him, asking who his father was. Every time Neelagandan asked his mother about his father, she stayed silent and never revealed the truth. On the other side, Anuradha had no children and longed for one, living with quiet sorrow. When Neelagandan became a young man, Vasantavalli finally told him the truth, that his father was none other than Navakodi Narayanan. Hearing this, Neelagandan went to see him, hoping to be accepted. However, Navakodi refused to acknowledge him. He was more concerned about how society would perceive him and did not want to accept the consequences of his past actions. Feeling rejected, Neelagandan brought the issue to the village council, hoping for justice. The council asked for proof. They wanted to know what evidence existed to show that Navakodi had married Vasantavalli and fathered the child. Unfortunately, no one stood up to support Vasantavalli. Heartbroken and humiliated, Vasantavalli turned to the divine, crying out in pain and praying to Gali, asking why no one would stand as a witness for her. In that very moment, the earth trembled and goddess Kali appeared. She spoke out as a divine witness, revealing the truth about what had happened between Navakodi and Vasantavalli. Seeing this, the people of the village, including Navakodi, were filled with fear and remorse. Navakodi finally accepted Neelagandan as his son, and the entire village recognized the truth. After this, the village came to a decision. No one should judge or treat anyone differently based on caste ever again. From that day on, Navakodi, Anuradha, and Neelagandan lived together. Neelagandan even began learning his father's trade, and a new chapter of life began for the family. And that's how the story ends. Thank you for watching.